Hello students, so in this video we are going to discuss the graph of v by t. Of course, in the previous videos we had discussed the graph of x by t and we had seen that the slope of graph of x by t was giving us average velocity. Now in today's video we'll look what does the slope of graph v by t gives, right, and what does the area of v by t will give us. Clear? Fine. So in the previous video we had discussed about acceleration. Acceleration is change in velocity by time, right? Whenever the velocity of object is changing either by magnitude or by direction, the object will have acceleration. Clear? Clear? See, let us say, first let us make the table of velocity and time. Let us say this is in meter per second, this is in second. 0, 0. We are taking a condition that in every 1 second velocity of car is increasing by 2. In every 1 second velocity of car is increasing by 2 meter per second. That means after 1 second velocity will be 2. After 1 second velocity will be 4. After 1 second velocity will be 6 and so on. Clear? See, velocity is changing. Yes. So object will be possessing acceleration. Of course. And see, velocity increases uniformly. Yes, it is increasing uniformly. In every 1 second velocity increases by 2. So it is increasing uniformly. So acceleration will be constant, right? Acceleration will be constant. Such motions are known as uniformly accelerated. This is known as uniformly accelerated motion. It is not known as uniform motion. Make it clear. Uniform motion means where velocity remains constant, and here acceleration is coming to be constant. Acceleration is remaining constant, so this is known as uniformly accelerated motion. Let us remove the acceleration between any two interval, between 1 and 2 seconds. So what is average acceleration? Final velocity minus initial velocity upon time. Okay, so at 2 seconds what is the final velocity? 4. What is the initial velocity? 2 upon. What is the time taken? 2 minus 1, 1. So average acceleration is 2 meter per second square. Clear? Clear? The same thing we can obtain with the help of the graph of v by t. Let us draw the graph of v by t. Let us place the values. 0 after 1 second, value is 2, right? 2 meter per second. After 1 second, value is 4. Right, after 1 second value is 6. Graph will not be exactly because I have not made any use of pencil or scale, right? This does not represent uniform motion, represents uniformly accelerated motion. You just have, if the graph is x by t, it is uniform motion, but if the graph is between v by t, it is uniformly accelerated motion. Let us remove the slope of this graph. Okay, this is theta. This is what I have taught already in the videos, that theta will be taken from positive x-axis and in an anti-clockwise direction, etc., etc. Okay, in the triangle PQR, slope means tan theta. Okay, slope of the graph mx plus c, tan theta. This will be opposite by adjacent, opposite side is 2, this is 4, this is 6, so this will be 2. Adjacent side, this is 3, this is 2, so this will be 1. So m equals to tan theta equals to 2, right? The same was acceleration. That means slope of graph v by t gives average acceleration. Slope of graph v by t gives average acceleration. Clear? Okay, now acceleration is positive in this case. Let us understand another graph. Suppose car is performing retardation. That means car is moving with decreasing velocity. Car is decreasing the velocity uniformly. That means at 0 second, let us say velocity of car was 6 meter per second. After 1 second, 4. 2 second 2, and at 3 second it is 0, right? So the graph will be At 0 second, velocity is 6. After 1 second, velocity is 4. 1 second, velocity is 2. After 1 second, velocity is 0. Join these points. This is also uniformly accelerated motion. The only thing is acceleration will be negative, right? Let us calculate acceleration between this two interval. So at 2 second, what is the final velocity? 2. At 1 second, what is the initial velocity? 4 upon 1 minus 2. Yes, this is known as uniformly accelerated motion, but acceleration is negative. Negative. See here also from the slope, I had already explained that if theta is greater than 90, slope is going to be negative. So acceleration will be negative. Fine. Let us take this as theta. This triangle PQR. Triangle PQR. The same type, the same thing we had discussed for the graph x by t. Same thing we are going to discuss for v by t. But the slope of x by t was giving us average velocity. Here we'll get average acceleration. M equals to tan theta equals to opposite by adjacent. Opposite means final minus initial. So that is going to be 2 minus 4 minus 2 upon opposite upon adjacent. That is 1. So slope is equals to minus 2, which is acceleration. Clear? So the graph of v by t gives us, slope of graph v by t gives us average acceleration. Clear? But this both the graph represents uniformly accelerated motion. Represents uniformly accelerated motion. Right? What if the graph is like this? This way. This means acceleration is increasing. It is not known as uniformly accelerated motion now. Right? How to remove the slope? We have to draw the tangent and then we have to find the slope of tangent at that point. Suppose I want to calculate acceleration here, then I will draw a tangent. This will be theta 1. So tan theta 1 equals to slope equals to acceleration at point A. Right? Now if I want to calculate acceleration here, I will draw the tangent at this point. I will remove the slope. Of course, the values will be given to you. So tan theta 2 will be equals to, since theta 2 is greater than theta 1, this is what you can see. So slope at point B is greater than that at point A. So acceleration at B is greater than A. That means in this case, it is not performing uniformly accelerated motion. It is non-uniformly accelerated motion where acceleration keeps on increasing. Right? What if the graph looks like this? This means non-uniformly accelerated motion, but in this case acceleration decreases. See, if I am drawing a tangent here, tan theta 1 equals to acceleration at point A and at point B, tangent theta 2, tan theta 2, acceleration at point B. So we can see that theta 2 is less than theta 1. So tan theta 2 is less than tan theta 1. So acceleration at B is less than A. So this both graph represents non-uniformly accelerated motion. Right? Now we will see what does the area of graph V by T gives. Clear? Clear? Okay, so now we will see what does the area of graph velocity time gives us. Right? See, we had discussed the graph of uniformly accelerated motion and non-uniformly accelerated motion, and we had also seen that the slope of graph V by T will give us average acceleration. Right? Now see, graph of area of graph velocity versus time, velocity versus time will give distance or displacement. suppose let us say that the graph of v by t is this way, this way. This way. Once again, the graph represents uniform accelerated motion. Here the body is moving with constant acceleration, positive. Here the body is moving with constant acceleration, but it will have negative value. So the graph is of uniformly accelerated motion, right? Okay, now let us see, let us take any values. Let us take this as 2 seconds, time is in second and velocity is in meter per second. Okay, let us take this value as 10. You can take any value. Let us take this as 4, this is 6 and this is 8 minus 10. Clear? So this is the graph of v by t. See, area under the curve. While calculating area, say make it clear. Suppose we have been told to calculate the distance from 0 to 4 seconds. So we will remove the area of this graph. Right? See, area at present will be calculated as, what is area of triangle? Half base into height. Base into height. See, why area will give us distance or displacement, right? See, okay, what we had said, what is the formula of distance? Speed into time. What is the formula of displacement? Velocity into time. That means speed and time, they are being multiplied. Velocity and time are being multiplied in order to get distance or displacement. The same thing comes here. That means in order to calculate the area, which is half base into height, we are multiplying half. Base means this part. This represents time, so it is time. I am giving you the general formula. Height means this, which is velocity. So we are multiplying velocity into time, right? But what does velocity, multiplication of velocity into time gives us? Distance or displacement. That is why, is it clear? That is why the area of the graph will give us distance or displacement. Now, how to calculate the distance or displacement? That is what we are going to see. See, suppose you have been told to calculate distance from 0 to 4 seconds. We'll remove the area and we'll also check by the formula whether the answers are correct or whether the answers are same or not. Okay, see, distance, in order to calculate distance, we'll remove the area. We have been told to calculate the distance from 0 to 4 seconds. So we'll remove the area of this triangle. What is the area of this triangle? Half base. Base means 4, height means this, which is 10. So area is 20, right? So the distance from 0 to 4 seconds, distance from 0 to 4 seconds is 20 meter. This we have obtained by removing the area of the graph, Now the same thing let us obtain with the help of a formula. The answer should be 20. Only then we can say that yes, area of graph v by t will give us distance or displacement, right? See, what we had done is, we have been told to calculate the distance from this graph from 0 to 4 seconds. So we had calculated the area from 0 to 4 seconds. That comes out to be 20 meter. So the same should be the answer of the distance if we are calculating it by using the formula. So let us say distance is equals to speed into time, velocity into time, right? Speed 10, time 4. See, this is what I wanted to explain you. Our answer is 40. What should be your answer? 20, because area is 20, and we had said that area gives us distance or displacement, right? So the answer of area should be, this answer should be equal. We have calculated distance with the help of the formula, and this we have calculated with the help of the graph, but the answer should be same. See, the thing where we have made a mistake is, we cannot use this formula distance is equals to speed into time when speed is not constant. You cannot use this formula when speed or velocity is not constant. See, we had seen this, displacement is velocity into time. Use this formula only when velocity is constant. Use this formula only when velocity is constant. In our case, velocity is increasing, right? So what is constant in our case? Acceleration. So when acceleration is constant, displacement will be average velocity into time. This two difference should be clear to you. Displacement is velocity into time. You can use this formula only when velocity is given constant. In the present case, we are not given velocity as constant. Acceleration is constant. So when acceleration is constant, displacement will be average velocity into time. That means initial, final by 2 into time. Now let us calculate distance or displacement by using this formula. Our answer will be similar to this. See, v1, that is 0. That is 0, initial velocity. v2, final is 10. So this will be 0 plus 10 by 2 into 4. 10 by 2, 5. 5 into 4, 20. See, area, the answer we had calculated by removing the area is same as the answer we had calculated with the help of the formula. So yes, we can say that the graph, the area of graph v by t will give us distance or displacement, and this thing is to be noted. Then while using the formula displacement equals to velocity into time, if acceleration is constant, you have to place average velocity. Clear? Yes, if velocity is given constant, then you can use displacement is velocity into time. There is no problem. Clear? Clear? Now what is the difference between distance and displacement? That means if I have been told to calculate the displacement from this graph for 0 to 8 seconds and distance for 0 to 8 seconds. So what will be the difference in their answer? See. Suppose you have been told to calculate distance as well as displacement. Calculate distance as well as displacement for 0 to 8 seconds. Okay. First we will calculate distance. Distance we want from 0 to 8 seconds. So now we will have to remove both these areas. This area covers up to 4 seconds, this covers up to next 4 seconds. So distance will be calculated this way, a1 plus a2, because we know that distance can never be negative. So what is the area of this triangle? Half into 4 into 10, right, plus half into 10 into 4. Will not put minus here, even though this is given as minus, because while calculating distance we will use speed into time, where speed will be positive, right? So while calculating distance, this negative area will also be kept as positive. This will be 2, 5, 20, 40 meter. Got it? So this is the distance traveled from 0 to 8 seconds. But if you have been told to calculate displacement, then you have to take this as negative, because velocity is negative here, right? So displacement will be same, a1, this is positive, it is in upward direction, this plus 10 minus negative. So it will be 20 minus 20, so displacement will be 0. In short, if you are calculating displacement, negative area will be placed as negative. I am not talking that area is negative, I am saying that displacement is negative, right? And if you have been told to calculate distance, then negative area will be taken as positive. Clear? Right? So the thing is, graph, area of graph, velocity time will give us distance or displacement, right? See, suppose, let us say the graph of v by t is given this way. How this graph is made? Let us assume first the car is moving with constant acceleration up to 2 seconds. From 2 seconds till 4 seconds, car is moving with constant velocity. This portion represents constant velocity. It's uniformly accelerated, and next 2 seconds it is performing retardation. Right? So this is the graph. You have been told to calculate distance. So distance will be this area 0 to 2, this area, addition. So what is A1? So distance, total distance will be A1 plus A2 plus A3. A1 means half 2 into 10 area of triangle, base into height, and this will be area of rectangle. See, don't make any mistake, this will be of rectangle, which will be, this is 2 and this is 10, so 2 into 10, again half 2 into 10, this will be 10 plus 20 plus 10 is 40. Distance covered is 40. Clear? So this is how the graph of V by T, from the graph of V by T we can obtain distance or displacement, right? Will I give you one question? Try it by yourself. In the next lecture I will first solve that question, this question, and then we'll switch on to the derivation of uniformly accelerated motion. Suppose the graph of V by T is given this way, 5, 10, 12. This is 12. Velocities are given in meter per second. This is second. Find distance from 2 to 6 seconds. No any other values are given to you. You have to calculate the distance from 2 to 6 seconds. Try it by yourself. In the next video, first I will solve this question and then we'll go for the derivation of uniformly accelerated motion. Okay.